Hello again. The thumbnail to this video shows Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, and the Commissioner of Police for the Metropolis, Sir Mark Rowley, visiting the East London district of Stratford. The two men were all smiles as they celebrated a considerable achievement for the London police. What could this be? Was it putting an end to foreigners fighting gun battles on the streets of the capital? Well, no, the death of two Somalis in Ilford at the hands of a group of foreign gunmen a few days ago shows that they've still got a little work to do on a target like that. Could it be they've managed to deal with the extraordinarily high number of rapes in London? No, that's still running at around 8,000 a year. Maybe they've got on top of the epidemic of burglary. It doesn't seem so. There are still 1,000 burglaries a week in London. 1,000 homes broken into in the capital every single week. I won't leave viewers in suspense any longer. The Commissioner of Police and the Mayor were getting together to congratulate each other on the fact that at the end of September, 30.4% of police officers in the capital were female. That's 10,386 officers. This is, it seems, a record, and it means that the Metropolitan Police are well on the way to meeting the target of having 33% of their officers as being women by the year 2023-2024. What do you mean you couldn't give a stuff about that? When are they going to start catching criminals? This is a great milestone in equality for the force. There's more, though, because it appears that 5,676 police officers in London, that's 16.6%, are from Black, Asian and multiple ethnic heritage communities, of whom 1,215 are Black. Sir Mark said, "The Met is committed to making progress on all its recruitment ambitions. We are working hard to replicate this success in attracting those from Black and multiple ethnic heritage communities to a career in the Met, so our workforce better reflects the communities we serve." Heartening news indeed. Sadiq Khan described the increase in female representation as an important achievement. There could hardly be a better illustration of the difference between what our masters think is important and what we, the ordinary people, believe is an indication of good policing. Recorded crimes in this country are now running at 6.5 million a year, but only 5.4% of all crimes result in a charge to the year to June. In plain language, at least 95% of criminals are getting away with their murders, rapes, burglaries and so on. This is a catastrophic crisis which has the effect of making decent, law-abiding citizens feel that they've been abandoned to the rule of the savages. A police officer will not even come round to investigate if you've been burgled or your car stolen. And yet, those wretches are so out of touch with us that they see nothing wrong with grinning in newspaper photographs because they've managed to get 30% of police officers to be female. Speaking from a purely personal perspective, I couldn't care less about gender balance in the police, nor about how many members of ethnic minorities they are employing. What bothers me is that the streets of London are more dangerous than they've ever been, with guns being discharged freely, and that the police can neither tackle this dreadful state of affairs, nor will they make any attempt to find somebody who breaks into my home. In the description to this video, I'll give a link to a news item covering this visit to Stratford. That those two men should walk the streets of such a ghastly part of London as Stratford and find nothing to talk about other than how many Black people and women they have recruited is deeply shocking. Only last week, two women were stabbed in Windmill Lane in Stratford. One of them, a woman called Yolanda Sadana Felice, was killed. Last month, a man was stabbed outside the football ground in Stratford. You would think that this would be the sort of thing that might concern the police while they were in Stratford, not worrying about how many women they've managed to sign up.